Hey guys, what is up? Tasman Hart here. Welcome back to my TV show review. And continuing doing Game of Thrones, today I'm going to be reviewing Game of Thrones Season 5. So, Game of Thrones Season 5 takes place after events of Season 4, and the plot of this season is that in Season 5, Jon Snow becomes Lord Commander and allies with the Wildlings, leading to a massacre by the Sansa undead. Sansa Stark is wed to the sadistic Ramsay Bolton. Cersei's arms a rebellious religious group that ends up jailing her. Denizri struggles to rule. Minoran admits rebel attacks. Sorry I can pronounce the words very well, but that's the plot of the season. I I absolutely love the first four seasons of Game of Thrones. I already did my reviews on them, and I think all of them were 10 out of 10s. And season 4 is by far one of the greatest seasons I've ever seen from the series. And season 5 is still a wonderful season, and definitely another great season to the series. I will say it is my least favorite compared to the previous four seasons. But let's talk about the positives. The story was really great. The characters were great, even though some can be idiots. The acting was fantastic. The cinematography looks stunning, just like the previous seasons were. The production values, costumes, the musical, sorry, the musical score was fantastic. The production values, set designs, and costume designs were top notch, just like the previous seasons were. The battle sequences were insane, especially when they go to the mountains and when Jon Snow and the other people when they had to fight the Ice King and one of the other undead people. Oh my god, it is some of the most insane battle scenes I've ever seen. And there's also really intense sequences that just really upsets me. I was like, oh my god, like there's some death, like, and there's some like intense drama, and yeah, the this season has a lot of intensity in it. And seeing let me yeah seeing okay seeing all the characters, you know, where you see Arya, who actually meets one of the other characters. Sorry, I forgot their names, but yeah, the where he. Let me give me a minute. Okay, when Arya arrives in Bravos and begins her training in the House of Black and White, it actually was really interesting to see, and of course, um, also Tyrion, like Peter Dinklage, who flees across the Narrow Sea and becomes an advisor to Daenerys. Um, and yeah, like there's a lot of really interesting things about this season, and of course, give me a minute. Okay, when he arrives in Bravos, he meets Jonking. Sorry, I can pronounce his name, but and also the wife, who is a, a character you don't want to be around with, and yeah, of course, there's a lot of really tension throughout the season, and especially where you see a lot of you see the character name. Oh yeah, this is a character I. Oh yeah, Ramsay. Oh my god, I hated his character. Like this character is such a despicable idiot. Like the way he smirks and his grin on his face, the evil grin on his face. I'm like, oh my god. Like yeah, there's a lot of evilness in this season. Yeah, and yeah, it was really insane. And Of course, the other character. Give me a minute. Sorry about that, guys. Oh yeah, that final part was like, oh my god, Cersei Lannister, who, yeah, I think yeah, Cersei Lannister, who was actually naked, and oh my god, that just really gives me an edge of my seat. That actually gives me like, oh my god. You see, I think there's a lot of really heavy stuff in this season, and it actually really shows. And of course, Daenerys, Alima Clark, who is fantastic, and yeah, there's a lot of really great things in the season, and the ending, how when they stab Jon Snow, spoiler alert, oh my god, it actually gave me an edge of my seat because one of the guys stab Jon Snow in the belly, and when the sign says traitor, and knowing he is a traitor, and and this is what they said, for my watch, or for the watch. Oh my god, that was a really dark ending. Now, I love this season. I think it's a really fantastic season. I do have a few flaws. Some of the flaws is that it does take it way too seriously in certain scenes, and and some of the serious moments just kind of felt a bit repetitive at times, and there are some pacing issues here and there. Like the show is this season is actually very slow, and their adventure is fine, but there's been a lot of filler. Like this is like the most filler out of the Game of Thrones series. This is actually the most filler out of the Game of Thrones series, and yeah, this is why it's actually my least favorite out of the seasons. But I'm happy for what it showed. But overall, Game of Thrones season 5 is a really fantastic, a wonderful season, and actually really, and I will be reviewing season 6, which I'm gonna still watch season 6 when maybe like next week. But this season is still another great season, and definitely a wonderful season to the series, and a very well made season. So yeah, my overall rating, I wanted to say 10 out of 10, but right now but for this rating, just because of those few flaws, I'm gonna give Game of Thrones season 5 a 9.5 out of 10 and an A, a strong 9.5 out of 10 and an A. Just because of the few flaws I have for it, it's still yet another fantastic season. So yeah, that's my review for Game of Thrones season 5. Let me know what you think about my review, and I promise I will return next week. And don't worry, guys, if you guys are wondering, are you going to review any new movies that just came out? Yes, I will. Uh, Coming next week, I will have, if I get a chance, but coming next week, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I will announce maybe tomorrow and Sunday. I will have my reviews for Masters of the Universe, Disclosure Day, and Toy Story 5 if I get a chance. But yeah, that's all. That's my review for Game of Thrones Season 5, and I hope you guys have a good day, have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys later.